Before we get into this video, just a friendly reminder that I am offering demo reviews, so if you want your demo reviewed once a month, please click the join button on my channel page. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about making space as an entry, or as Thoorin would call it, making a pocket. And I do like his term pocket. I will link the video in the description where he discusses that term, but it's just a synonym for making space. Creating space, if you don't know the definition of that, is just, let's say the entry coming out a ramp here, comes out all the way to here, okay, and they have not been shot at by a CT. That means that the rest of this guy's team, so the 4 people that should be coming out a ramp, or maybe 3, whatever the setup is, they know that up until this point is safe to come out. Yeah, there could be a guy up here waiting, but they know for the most part that this place is safe to come out. This terrorist has now made space. They've made a little pocket in which the T's feel safe to come out. When this can go wrong is, and I'm sure everybody's experienced this, you guys have the full A site execute. You got the smoke there, smoke there, smoke there. Alright. Maybe even molly underbound, molly bench. Okay. You got all this utility down that's been expended and wasted, and the first guy out comes right here. That makes everybody else get stuck, because everybody else is ready to follow. Alright, everybody else is ready to run behind that guy and trade him out. But when first guy goes up to Tetris, now everybody, nobody knows what space is clear, what space is safe, where the pocket is. They only know that the pocket is this small region where the entry ran. Alright, so now everybody kind of gets stuck here. Some people will even follow the guy and like sit behind him here, waiting to trade him out, because they are in the mindset of ready to trade the guy out. If you're first out, you know what you're about to do. If you're second out or third out, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have to trade kill. Alright, and the second that you're out here and the first guy jumps up there, then the second guy or the third guy out needs to just take the matters into his own hands and go for it, which sometimes is a difficult thing to determine on the run. It's a very snap decision that could get you messed up. Alright, so for example, if the guy who's entering gets up here and you think that he's going to stop right there, but he continues to go and maybe he's going for the stairs peek, which really you should not do as an entry, but maybe that's his plan. Alright, and instead of following him or swinging jungle to maybe help trade him out, alright, you start doing your own thing because you don't think he's going anywhere. You start swinging under balk or something, and then he dies stairs, you die under balk, and now you're left with a 3-person A take, which you're not going to win. Alright, so as the entry, you have to understand that your job is to make the pocket. Alright, your job is not only to clear off some of the angles, but it's to make a pocket. Now, one of the struggles with making the pocket as an entry, okay, it can be easy to run out here and just keep going, keep going, keep going. It's knowing when to stop, knowing when the pocket is too big and you're stretching it out to a point where it's really 2 pockets. It's the pockets of the people coming out of ramp, and then you're in your own little island where nobody can trade you out. You're peeking angles that if I died at jungle right here and my teammate's standing back here, my teammate can't trade that out. Alright, there's just no real way that my teammate can just, you know, swing out, get that kill. It's way too difficult for him, and I'm expecting too much. So as an entry, you have to understand when your pocket's growing too large, when you're making it more difficult on your teammates. Alright, so while you do want to get space, create space for your team to move, you don't want to overextend. It's a very delicate balance to keep. Okay, so let's again go back to the full A site execute. I won't throw the mollies this time. You guys know what the mollies are. So you have all this. The space that the entry wants to create is in between default and triple all the way to ramp. So this is the pocket, okay? But just sprinting right out there is not the correct play. Although you do want to end there, you don't want to immediately go there. This is a little more in-depth than the how to entry A site, just normal angles to clear, okay? This is talking about why you should clear the angle. So if I'm entering, the first thing I'm doing is with the smokes down, so let me just throw them one more time, just so you guys can get a grasp of the angles that are actually open. Alright, first thing that I'm doing is watching right side triple. I don't have to worry about CT, I don't have to worry about stairs, don't have to worry about bench. I'm holding right side triple. And then once I come out here, I'm holding left side default, and then I'm clearing underbound. All right, and then I can get to this spot. Okay. Yes, the other important angles are bench, sandwich, top balk, default still, and back triple still. All right, and even firebox to an extent. But I'm only one person. As the entry, I can only do so much. And it's up to the second and third person out to see that I'm coming out, see that my gun is clearly looking towards underbalk at that point, all right? So that means one guy has to be holding triple swing or while pushing with me, because it's not super common that somebody's going to swing out triple on an A side execute. More importantly, someone needs to be holding this bench run out, because it is very, very common enough that you probably want to molly it, for somebody to do this during an A site take, or just hold this cross where it's very difficult to see them, okay? Because of the way the smoke lands, you can't see that guy crouched when you're on this side. You can only see him when you're over here. So it's very, very difficult. So again, as the entry, you're only focused on 2 to 3 things when you're coming out on site. We can even do this for B site. So creating space on B, you're probably going to want to drop out window and look right here. All right, that's pretty much all you're doing. Yeah, somebody can be here. It's not as commonly played in higher levels just because there's not too much cover. This is a much more tucked in angle where you can do a lot of work. But you're going to be dropping out and looking right here. If nobody's right here, you're continuing on to sight. You can either stay close sight and swing like this, or you can take a wider peek and try to get the guy who's in market. Angles that you're completely forfeiting, that you're expecting your teammates to pick up, would be the second guy comes out here. They need to look jail. All right. This whole default area, okay, cat plant, van, the entirety of van, the entirety of up on balk. All right, that's all for your teammates to handle. Now, B is a little bit more tricky, where you might break the pocket that you make. All right. Because if you jump out here, and then a CT van starts to shoot at all your teammates, they're probably not going to be able to jump out window, and you're going to be all alone here. That's one of the risks of running a B execute that people take, all right? That's known. There's no correct way to go about that, unless you just have everybody try to entry through van, which probably isn't the best idea, because this cat guy has way too much power when you do that. They can come out market window and start rotating, getting over here with all the freedom in the world because nobody's really holding them, and it's very easy for T's to get bunched up at van. So different sites have different nuances. B site Mirage has the nuance of you might tear the bubble that you make, the pocket, and that's again just something that you need to be worried about. So I hope this has at least helped you guys in some way. So thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time.